Well, hello there, love, and welcome to the Vital Goddess podcast. If you've been here before, it is a big welcome back. I so appreciate you. So, if you've been here before and you're back again, welcome back. And if you're brand new to the show, I so appreciate you being here. And I hope that you find something here for you that's inspiring, that is supportive, something you're looking for. So, I'm Diane Shepherd, and I run a sacred feminine mystery school or a goddess school. I also like to call it Venus School because we do focus a lot on the archetype of Venus Aphrodite, goddess of love, because love really is what holds it all. And love is what the world needs now more than ever. So we focus a lot on reclaiming the sacredness of the female body, the power of pleasure and sensuality, which we are definitely going to be talking about in this episode, and the power of our sexual energy. And there are tried and true practices. I've been doing this work for 20 years or more now, tried and true tantric and Taoist practices that can really support you, like a yoga practice, to really ignite your body, the sacredness of your body through pleasure, through sexual energy. So if that sounds like something you're interested in exploring, you are in the right place. And I'm so thrilled you're here. So in today's episode, we're going to dive into stepping into your Creatrix era. How do we really start to take that journey of truly designing your life from the inside out? I want to give you 3 things that are absolutely essential for you to do this. And once you get these 3 things dialed in, you will be amazed at what will shift. And what I want to say too, this is nothing that you have to look for outside of yourself. This is all this magic is inside of you. And you don't need to seek it outside of yourself. This is an awakening, a reawakening, a remembering. So you don't need to be fixed. You're not broken. Trust me on that. There's just a part of you that needs to be activated. And that part of you is your divine feminine. That part of you, more specifically, is your inner goddess of love. That is the key to really becoming the creatrix of your life. Now, if there's a common denominator of all the women in my orbit, is that they want more. That is probably the one word that comes up in every initial conversation I've had with a client over the past 20 years, is that I want more. I don't know what the more is, but I know there's more. What's the more? I want it. And if that's you, if you feel that stirring, like there's got to be more, like WTF, there's got to be more, then yeah, you're spot on, number one. And I want to say that you are so in the right place for this work, because that is a wake up call, my love, from the goddess of love. That is your inner sacred feminine speaking. And we want to listen to her. She never lies. There is more. There is so much more. And a big part of that more is what we're going to talk about today, about really taking the reins on becoming more the creatrix of your life. You were born for this, right? You didn't come into this life to just react and stress out and be anxious and try to control things that you have no control over, right? It's about taking the reins on your own life, becoming the artist of love of your own life, and really creating a masterpiece of your life. And whatever you've been through, whatever challenges and struggles, that's even better in a way, because it really gives you a lot to work with, a lot of life experience. Like, it's not your first rodeo, most likely. And all of those experiences you've had can really support you in this work, because there's so much to alchemize there, and there's so much desire to tap into. So what I want to share with you here again are 3 essentials to really step into being the creatrix of your life. And I find that so many women, when they hit like midlife, perimenopause, midlife, menopause, and even beyond, they have probably accomplished a lot of what they wanted to do in terms of, say, raising a family or a career or both. And yet there's, again, that more. What am I missing? Where's the more? I feel like there's part of me that is not really being expressed. And that was the case for me. When I went through menopause at age 40, it was kind of a rough ride for me. I had a lot of emotional storms coming up, and my marriage was on the rocks. There was a lot going on for me. And I'm a mom of 3 amazing boys who are now young men. I'm now a grandmother, which I am absolutely thrilled about. Been loving every moment of that journey as well. But there was that more. I was like, what am I missing? And it was really, really creating a lot of resentment. I feel that we as women are so trained to be of service, and we love being of service. And all the women that are drawn to my work are huge hearted women. And we've never been taught how to truly embody our feminine bodies in ways that really support us and help us be even of more service, and by really presencing our love and our energy, our vibration, which is everything. Really great way to care for yourself is to really tend to your feminine and your body. So, yeah, many women have accomplished great things. And being in this entrepreneurial space, I do get to meet a lot of women who run their own businesses and things like that. And I can't even tell you how many women I've met who've achieved great things on paper and really have made a lot of money doing things the way that, say, bro culture tells them to do, and they want to burn it down. They're just like done with it. Like, I just, and that's again, that more. It's like, I didn't sign up for this. I don't feel like I really created this from me, from my desire. It's so easy to hop on that train of like going to college, going to grad school, killing it in your career. And then even some women also juggling family at the same time and really, really neglecting their feminine because they had to, like survival, right? The system's set up that way. And then getting to that point where just like, usually happens in menopause or perimenopause. So, yeah, maybe that speaks to you. Maybe you're at that chapter of your life as well. And what I want to say to you, society will say, oh, yeah, you're just a mess. You're being put out to pasture, that kind of narrative that was given to me as well. And there's probably part of you that's like, yeah, I don't think so. I think there's more. So what we want to do is really tap in to that creatrix energy that has always been there, and really bring her, revive her, revitalize her, bring her more alive, that part of you, so that you can truly, again, become the artist of love that you came here to be, and really create a masterpiece of your third chapter of life. So the 3 things I want to share with you. Number 1, the first thing you got to do is get your toes in the sand. And by that, I mean, you need to get into your pleasure. Pleasure is the portal into your sacred feminine, into your creatrix. The way to create your life from the inside out is to, number 1, get real with your pleasure, get right with your pleasure. And that is no small thing. And my work is all about supporting women in this, shift of paradigm, really. We're not taught to take our pleasure seriously. We're taught so many messed up things about pleasure and sensuality in our bodies that we don't trust it. We don't trust our experience. We don't even trust our emotions. We don't trust what we want, our desires, which we're going to talk about in a moment. But getting your toes in the sand, very first step. And once you start to do this and really take this seriously, like it's a spiritual practice for you, but also have fun with it at the same time, you will see what I mean. You literally are tapping into the frequency. We want to really get right that you are an energetic being, that you have energy, and that you are a magnetic being, and the law of attraction manifestation. I'm really into that. And that's a big part of this work of being a creatrix, is getting right with the fact that you are a vibrational being and that you have control over that. And the way we do this in my world is to come into pleasure, get your toes in the sand. That is you in your feminine genius. That is you at your most creative, your most loving. This ignites your most noble qualities. This is actually how you can show up for all the people you love in the world as your best self, really, truly. And no one ever probably told you that, right? Or maybe you've heard it before, but it's what we do. And the way I use that metaphor, toes in the sand, because so many women, when I guide them through practices of like, let's go into your place where you feel pleasure. Now, if you listen to the previous episode, I offered a free meditation, Awakening Aphrodite, it's called. I'll make sure I link it again here. But so many women, when I guide them through that process, that's where they go, toes in the sand on the beach. And also because we work with Venus, ocean Venus, that kind of thing. So getting your toes in the sand, it doesn't have to be the sand for you. It might be on a forest path or with the trees, toes in the pine needles, whatever it is for you. We want to get you in to that calm, relaxed state of pleasure. Not a roller coaster style of pleasure, not the like, woo, excited pleasure. We're not talking about that. We're talking about those moments where you just felt so good in your skin, so calm, so chill, where you felt it. You know what I'm talking about. That's the vibe. That's the frequency. That is the radio Venus that you want to get really good at dialing into, because that's your place where you can create from. So toes in the sand. And I want you to do this on a regular basis. Make this your new normal. And it's work. That's the work, because everything that you've been taught most likely has been telling you that you need to do more, you need to prove more, you need to push, you need to struggle, that you need to even suffer, right? And none of that is true from my experience. When you find pleasure, you'll see what I mean. Get your toes in the sand, do it first thing in the morning, go there often. You are inhabiting the vibration in which you can actually take the reins on your life and start to create your life from the inside out. It's going to change everything. So get your toes in the sand. The second thing you got to do is get your hands in the clay. And the first step is going to help you with that. By that, I mean, you want to get really clear on your desires. And this is something so many women struggle with. I talked about this in the last episode as well. And because we're so cut off from our pleasure and our sensuality, we don't know what the hell we want. That was me over 20 years ago. Didn't know what I wanted. People asked me, I wouldn't know. And if my lover asked me, I wouldn't know what to say to him. So I had to rediscover that myself, right? And reverse engineering, if you will. But to get my hands in the clay, I had to really get clear on my desire. And to do that, I had to first get my toes in the sand. So once you start to really make pleasure a place you go to often, right? It really is a reality. You can inhabit virtual reality. Maybe feels virtual at first, but actually it's very real. You start to get really clear on your desires. And those two together, the pleasure and getting clear on your desire, are going to be so key for you to create your life. And this is what's going to give you the agency to really meet the challenges of life, which are sure to come. They don't ever stop. But that's part of the creative process. The challenges that come, even the really, really tough ones, if we have the tools to come into our pleasure, even in the gentlest way, the most soothing way, the weighted blanket kind of pleasure, it's going to keep you connected to your feminine genius. And that's where you want to operate from, right? That's going to, again, help you get your hands in the clay, get that desire clarity of how you really want to feel, and dial into that as a frequency, right? Feeling it with pleasure, feeling it with that vibration of your feminine genius. That's when things start to shift. And it isn't about doing more. It isn't about hustling. It isn't about that at all. It's about getting into alignment. And once you get a taste of it, like I can say this to the cows come home, but it's really not going to make a difference in your life until once you get a little bit of a taste of that, how powerful that is and how that starts to shift things in your life. Then I don't have to explain it to you anymore. You'll just go, yeah, I got it. So just to give you a quick example, maybe you're having a challenging relationship with someone in your life. Yeah. You can work with it on the level of vibration. You really can, coming into your pleasure, getting clear on your desire around this. We don't get to control other people, but we do get to control how we feel. And coming into the desire of how you want to be treated, how you want to be seen, it might be respect, honor, whatever it is, love. You want to embody that yourself. You want to come into the feeling of already receiving that and notice what happens. Again, it's not about controlling other people, but what I've seen happen in my life massively, time and time again, is those relationships start to shift. Either the person in question will just disappear out of my life, or the relationship changes. My interaction with them becomes very, very different. It really shifts things, but it is that from the inside out, which is a hard thing to grasp if you've been really focused on trying to make someone else understand you, trying to make someone else change. I get it. I've been there too. And sometimes I still slip into that, to be honest. But when I remember, it's about remembering and then remembering to remember. And that's why I'm here to remind you, you can come into this different place, this different experience. And I think you'd be amazed at what can unfold. And the third piece that I really want to underscore here is sisterhood. Yeah. This is, again, creating a whole new blue ocean. I don't know if you're familiar with the blue ocean strategy. That's a business book that I love, actually. It's like moving out of the red ocean of competition and all that other stuff, all the dog eat dog world. And you're literally moving in with ease and flow into and work, like taking your pleasures seriously, into a whole new blue ocean, a new paradigm where you can truly create from the inside out. And so that requires sisterhood, other women, knowing that other women out there are doing this, that other women are exploring their pleasure and really taking it seriously. That's going to support you massively, because without that, if you're a very independent woman, which I tend to be, I'm really good at self-study to a degree, but with this pleasure and creatrix and feminine piece was huge for me. I had to really admit to myself that I need to be in community with other women who are exploring these things. It was essential to my own nervous system. Otherwise, we're just going to go flipping right back to old patterns, because I'm guessing many of the people in your life right now wouldn't understand this. It's new, and that's okay. But how cool is it that you can connect with other women that are doing the work, that are experiencing a shift, and that don't think it's weird that you want your toes in the sand and your hands in the clay, right? And that women who are kind of done with complaining and want to really come into creation. And not that you can't complain ever. Complaining can be really a good release. But what I'm saying is, like, complaining less and create more. Yeah. Getting more in alignment with who you really are and what you came here to create from the inside out. So again, to recap those three things, you got to focus on, number one, toes in the sand. And all of the practices in the Goddess Vault, my free resource library, will absolutely support you in that. Again, that free meditation will 100% support you in that. You want to make that your new normal. Number two, you want to get your hands in the clay. As a result of those embodiment practices, you will start to get clear on your desire, and you'll have tools to move emotion through your body so that you can get clear on your desire. Under every complaint is a desire, and you want to get really, really good at mining that desire beneath the complaint. That's where the power is. And number three, sisterhood. So the sisterhood piece, hopefully this podcast will support you in that too. Just knowing that I'm here and that I run a community of women that are doing this, that could be a great first step in sisterhood for you. So just receive that now. Just take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and know that there are women all over the globe doing this work. And of course, if you join us, you'll be a part of that community. The Vital Goddess Mastermind Goddess School is where you want to be. And you can book a call with me so we can go into all the details of it, and I can answer all your questions. We aren't opening the doors just yet, but this is a really good time to have a conversation with me, to get on a call. I want to hear about your desires. I want to hear about how we can get your toes in the sand. And I want to hear about your desires and how I can best support you. So that's all for this episode. And yeah, get those toes in the sand, baby. And I will catch you next time. Take care.